Hello, I'm Asher Postman, and this is the Creating Space podcast, a podcast where we further discuss the meaning of creating space. And I'm joined with friends talking today. My friends are my brothers. And we're just going to have conversations like we normally have about concepts within the album of Creating Space. So welcome, Judah and Justice Postman.
Yeah, I'm Judah. I'm the youngest.
I'm the oldest of the brothers.
Yeah. And today, actually, I wanted to make a note that they're also in my band. So if you've ever seen me live, we make a brother trio, like the Jonas Brothers. Judah's a drummer, Justice is a guitar player. We also share the same parents.
It's true.
We do.
And you're the piano player.
Yeah, I am.
And the singer, too.
And the singer.
Yeah, that's my
and
job usually.
the one that makes the music.
Yeah. I wanted to, I guess I was going to ask, like, how did we meet? But
I think it was arranged.
Arranged?
An arranged meeting.
What does that mean?
As in, like, we didn't really have a choice.
Honestly, that's kind of a funny thought because I don't remember the moment that I met you guys.
Yeah, me neither.
Obviously, I was pretty small, but with Judah in particular, I should have probably remembered that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I don't remember either, so you're off the hook.
that's fine. I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about a lyric in my song Home Alright, which says, look at yourself 10 years from now. And just the idea of kind of taking a look at your life of like where you started and where you're headed and looking at you now and like where you were when you were thinking about where you would be now. I said that in a very confusing way. But
I got it.
I got you.
hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about our like origins of music and like what got us all into it and our common interests and like our dreams that came from that and like where we are now. I think that'd be a fun way to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start because I was talking to David, and we were talking about Reliant K and some
David
of the,
Chapdelaine, by the way,
Yep.
previous guest.
the man. He's behind the cameras for this podcast
A little
episode.
shout out.
We were talking about Reliant K and albums from Reliant K, and as we were looking through them, I started getting these memories of being at Centerpoint, our old church, and they had this like library of books and like CDs, and I found like a bunch of different Christian artists through that library, and they were like, I would grab a CD and be like, oh, I like this cover, this is cool, and so that's when I started learning about music that wasn't like kid music, I guess.
Did you find Reliant K at the library?
Yeah, I did.
For the first time?
For the first time.
So he introduced us to Reliant
I did.
K.
And I just remember being like, oh, this is cool. What's this? And like the feeling of never hearing this kind of music before and just like getting a CD and playing it and seeing what it sounded like is so different than how I listen to music today and discover new artists.
Yeah.
But there was something so exciting about just finding a CD and looking at the cover and being like, that's kind of cool. I wonder what they sound like. And then bringing it home and listening to it. And I think that's my like furthest memory back of discovering new music.
That's
and I think that kind of music that we discovered, I think we all kind of were a part of that.
Can you describe Reliant K to people who don't know who they are?
How does it make you feel? What does it make you feel?
Yeah, Reliant K is I'm not super good with genres, but it's like pop punk alternative rock
Christian
band.
pop punk.
Christian. Is that right, David?
I would say so.
Yeah, sweet. And the songwriting is super good. And it just has a lot of like fun energy and goes hard at certain points, but also can be emotional. And I just connected really well with the music. We all did, especially like the guitars of it. And Reliant K is the reason that I started playing guitar because I just wanted to play what I heard.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Reliant K definitely inspires my music now, like a lot of the album and like different elements. And it's kind of random because it's like, it's a Christian pop punk band that's not like super popular, but it's like somewhat popular. Yeah. But I was thinking about also our attic at our house in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
And like, I remember you had a guitar, like I think Mika, our sister, was the first one to get a guitar, right? Yeah. But then you started like learning.
Yeah, Mika got an electric guitar, but also Dad had his acoustic guitar, and he would kind of just like dink around on it, and that's probably my furthest back of like, oh, cool, guitar's kind of cool. Like we had it around the house, but Mika got an electric guitar, and I guess that was probably around the same time as discovering that music. But Mika was practicing her electric guitar in her bedroom through like the crappy like Dean amp that came with it. It was a Dean guitar.
Yeah.
And she was playing it, and then she taught me like 3 chords of a worship song, and then she just like never played it again. And
She was writing too. She was
from
the
then
first one
on,
to write songs.
I started playing guitar because she taught me 3 chords.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was your first instrument?
I had many.
Lip
but-
syncing.
Yeah, probably. Actually, yeah. I was going to piggyback on what you said before that, though, is when you were talking about discovering albums or artists or anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember assigning me and Asher what bands we were allowed to have as our favorite? No. Do you remember that?
No.
That's
definitely something I would do,
deep
though.
core
I don't
memory.
remember that, but
Really?
that sounds
You-
like something he
What
would
did I
do.
assign you?
You were Amberlynn. Asher was Third Day, and I was Switchfoot. I didn't have a choice.
Actually,
Dude,
I didn't
that's why I
appreciate it.
liked Third
I
Day.
didn't
'cause you
appreciate
told me
it in
to.
the moment because I wanted
man.
Amberlynn, and I put on my headphones, but I don't listen to Amberlynn.
Judah has an Amberlynn tattoo.
Amberlyn.
I do.
It's cool.
I like Amberlynn. I think Amberlynn is the reason I started drumming. That and Dave Douglas. So Nate Young, the drummer for Amberlynn, and Dave Douglas combined.
Dave Douglas from Lion King.
We're like, hey, yeah.
When did
They're-
you get your first drum set?
Well, it wasn't drums at first. Remember, I wanted to play guitar, but I was like, Justice tried to show me a chord once, and I was like, like way too hard. I couldn't do it. Anything that had, because music felt like homework when I was trying to learn. Like we tried to learn piano, tried to learn guitar. I bought a bass once. Oops. I bought a bass, and I never used it.
Yeah, you did.
I pretended to, but like
I think that happened again recently.
yeah, well, we use it for other stuff now, but I never used it because I was like, it's too hard. It's almost like homework. Like it's not fun. And then we'd go to like our cousin Casey's house all the time, and I'd always want to play his drums. Like I remember all the grown-ups upstairs getting all mad because they'd talk about whatever at Christmas, and I would just go downstairs and be like, don't, just like whacking stuff.
I feel like we all wanted to play drums. I know I did.
Yeah, I did too.
But you were the one who actually did it, which is
Well, I got blessed by someone at Oakdale, our old church.
yeah.
He like they were like, we're getting rid of these drums, and you can have them. And I remember just being like, what? And then, do you guys remember I never really played them when we lived
I just
on
remember you played
Francis?
the same beat
I
every
played
time.
the well,
I
first
feel bad
beat-
because I made fun of you for it, and like back then
No,
I was
it was,
very
insensitive.
insensitive.
It took me forever to
Yeah,
learn
that's
the Cliffs of Dover beat. The
Yeah.
Dude, I actually had a memory of, when we were at Centerpoint, I got promised a drum set from someone. Someone said they would give it to me, and they never did. And I
Never did
wanted to
that to
play
a kid.
drums so bad.
Well, I was ticked at you guys because you guys were better than me when I got my drum set, and so I never really played because I was like mad at you guys.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Sorry, man.
that's all right.
Is that what
I
drove you to
forgive
be like such an incredible drummer?
No, I
Yeah.
think honestly, I think people that I met and wanting to be good at something, like I could never figure out guitar. I can now, but like I couldn't before. It was like a mental block where I couldn't do it, and I'd get frustrated. So I'd be like, I'm not going to learn music. I'm just going to sing because I don't have to do anything. And then drums felt natural. And then the more you guys got better at drums, the more I wanted to get better at drums because I wanted to school you guys in something because you guys were always bigger
Story
than
of your
me and
life
better
as
than me at
youngest.
everything. So I was like, well, I'm going to get
Little
better
brother
than them.
probs.
Little bro probs. And then I don't think I played for, so I got that when I was probably 13. I didn't play for quite a few years, like seriously. Like I'd put Reliant K on and like be like, yeah, play for 5 minutes and just not play anymore. And then when I met my friends all through high school, one of my best friends is a really good drummer. So I was like, oh, I want to play like him, or I want to play like the other guy who plays at church. And then I just kept playing. And playing in church actually made me get better because I embarrassed myself a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no
Because
good.
they have like the
Front
whole
of
like
everyone.
shield and like the click. I'd never had click before because I would always just play like at Oakdale and everything because you play one drum beat. We played How Great Is Our God every week. So like I mastered that one, but then we got to Impact and I was way out of my depth. And I embarrassed myself a couple times trying to play as many fills as possible. And then and we would record stuff. So I would hear it back and be like, "Ooh, that sounds terrible." And then throughout time, I just learned to love the instrument more and more and
Yeah.
wanted to get good at it. Now it's
Do you guys remember your early dreams, like of music and like where you wanted to be when you were an adult? Because we're all adults now. I'm 26. You're 28.
28.
24
24.
and 5. Wait, no, never
You
mind.
would go into the months.
Trying to do math, but you couldn't figure it out.
It's too hard.
How many months old are you?
A lot.
But do you remember like your first dreams and yeah, just your first dreams of where you wanted to be?
You can go first.
Okay.
I just spoke.
I think when I think back to it, I started playing guitar and I would play along to Reliant K songs, and I would envision myself playing in a band. But for me, I really like to do things well. So I always envision myself being very disciplined and eventually being able to shred and like do what I wanted to do. And I still am that way. And it's kind of interesting thinking back to when I was like 9, 10, like starting to play guitar and thinking like, if I practice every day, I'll get really good. And I wasn't super good at doing that consistently, but I remember thinking about my future self being really good at guitar because of the discipline that I had today. And that was kind of motivating for me because I just wanted to be able to play well.
You didn't think you wanted to be in a band or anything?
You know,
just
I
wanted to
didn't
be
really,
good?
like, I think that thought sounded cool to me, but it wasn't like my dream. My dream was to actually be good at the instrument.
Interesting.
And I don't know why, but that's what motivated me, wanting to be good.
Your 9-year-old self has now reached the same amount of maturity as my early 20s self. So you're wanting to be like, I'm going to get good at this and practice a lot. That was me like 3 years ago, where I was like, okay, now it's time.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have a dream of like,
all the time. That's like the only thing I've wanted to do since I was a child. Like I used to, I think it was your bedroom, we had that CD player. And I would play like the Reliant K, the Amberlin, the Switchfoot and everything. Like we had the Croc Boys growing up.
yeah,
Where we had like this really crappy
Croc
toy
Boys.
guitar, and we would just
Croc
lip sync.
Boys?
Yeah, we had pairs of Crocs, like, and we would go in the bedroom and like jump between the beds with like fake guitars and like
lip sync?
lip sync
Just
to,
you guys?
to our
I wasn't
favorite
invited
song.
to that
Yeah.
party?
No,
I don't know. That was a
think
random
you were
bonding
playing-
thing
Crocs?
that we
you were
had.
playing actual
I had
guitar.
off-brand Crocs.
Yeah, you're playing actual guitar. We couldn't handle that yet. But all growing up, I would like lock the door and like turn music on and just like pretend to shred with the band and pretending I was like in the band. So like I think since I was a child, I've always wanted to do something successful where I can be on a stage and play music, because it's not like I don't want to be a super famous like, oh, like I want Judah to sign my arm kind of thing. It's more the feeling of playing and creating something and enjoying what I'm doing, because I get the most enjoyment playing music out of almost anything.
Yeah.
So having a reason why I do it, and also a feeling of completion that you get to play a show and what you work so hard on and what you care about and love so much, you get to actually do it
Yeah.
Yeah.
and people appreciate it. I think it's the dream.
When you were saying that, I remembered another like core memory I had, which was listening to WayFM, the radio station,
Oh, yeah.
in my bedroom by myself and like singing along with songs and wanting to be able to like sing along. And particularly like there's a couple songs with some women that could like sing like, hey, like a bunch. And I would like,
runs.
I wanted to do that, but I was in my room by myself and I didn't tell anyone. But like, I was like, I really want to learn how to do that. Like, I wish I could sing like that.
Mandisa.
I still think about that sometimes. I don't know why, but
That's funny.
You taught
Yeah.
me how to, my first drumming anything, because you had that snare, because you were going to
practice pad?
Yeah, practice pad. Like you taught me, you're like, do this for like an hour a day. And I was like, no. And I didn't until like very recently.
yeah.
And I was like, I should have done that many years ago.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
I,
right.
I have little
Start
memories
now.
of both of you guys like showing me something.
That's cool.
Like you showed me the Silver Lining. The Isn't it nice to
Yeah.
know? You showed me that beat. Dun, dun, dun. And I remember you played it and I couldn't play it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Whip.
So I sat there forever like trying to figure it out so that I could play that. And then I learned another one so I could be like, if he tries to show me something again, I'm going to surprise him with something that I can do.
Nice.
And then you tried to teach me how to play Feel Good Drag once on bass, and I couldn't figure it out. But
Really?
I tried. But yeah, you guys have both shown me random
That's
little
sweet.
snippets that have been like, I think I can do that later when I'm older and wiser.
Love that. I definitely had a dream of music as well.
What was your dream?
My dream, let me try to remember, because I obviously grew up same as you guys in like the band vibe, Reliant K, but for some reason I got into EDM like randomly, and it was like,
This is a ringtone.
yeah, dude, yeah, it was your ringtone.
It was my ringtone?
Yeah, you had a flip phone and it was
Oh,
like a
dude.
techno thing.
Yeah.
And like I hadn't been exposed to any EDM. It just wasn't even a thing for me. And I heard that and I was like, what the heck is this? Yeah.
Honestly.
And I made a techno beat that sounded like it on my keyboard.
I still remember your first one.
Yeah.
That one and yeah, and the first dubstep song you made.
Yeah.
Like all like the crazy sounds and everything. Like it's still locked back here somewhere. Or sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just be like doing something random. I'll just,
Yeah, that was fun. I remember Rob, our friend who played bass in one of the shows, he showed me Derezed by Daft Punk.
Oh yeah.
And that blew me away. And then I found like Ben Larson showed me like Avicii and Skrillex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
While we played Halo in the basement.
No, I showed you Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites.
Yeah.
Because a buddy of mine at the time, he showed it to me and I was
Yeah,
like,
that freaked
you
me
have
out.
to like
I was
see
I
this.
was scared.
treasure.
Yeah.
That's cinema. That's,
Cinema.
Yeah,
Dude, cinema.
we were
That
listening
one.
in the car.
Ben's car.
Dude, I was scared of
Dude,
dubstep.
same.
It was crazy.
Like
It
he
just
played
scared
it
me.
so loud.
I was kind of like, ugh.
And
But
he
I
played
wanted
Scary
more.
Monsters, or he played Cinema Remix, and I legitimately was scared.
Yeah.
And look at me now, I'm making dubstep.
You conquered your fear. You were like, I must conquer this fear.
Yeah. But yeah, I got randomly like obsessed with EDM, and then I like started doing stuff on the computer, and it just became an obsession right away. And so it's just interesting like how it like took a different path for all of us, because
Yeah.
you guys all have like your individual things, and I decided to like go balls to the walls on music. And it just makes me so happy that like we can share that, especially with the live shows, to where like we can all live that dream together when we go play shows together. And yeah, it's just super sweet. But I'm curious, like on the idea of a couple of things I want to talk about with you guys is like, one is like your identity and your purpose in your work, and like how it makes you like what kind of pressure and weight do you put what you do, whether it's music or not music, on yourself. And the other thing is with that, like how do you kind of like skip to the future in your mind and then like look back and like 10 years from now when I'm 36, like can I put myself in that position and look back and be like, I'm glad I took the road that I took, or like, because that's what we're essentially doing right now is like the choices that we make right now and the habits that we make, like practicing the practice pad an hour a day. Like the things that you do now are going to determine like 10 years from now, like you looking back.
It's like
And
the
really
plant a
meta.
tree now thing, instead of like if you planted a tree 15 years ago, you'd have apples right now. But if you plant it right now, you may not have it for a while, but you're going to be glad you did.
Yeah, the second best time to plant is now.
Yeah.
I think that's how
That's what I was trying to say.
they say. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think it'd be interesting to like kind of dissect that together. Because from my point of view, I have a lot of conversations with my friends who are in music about the idea of your identity and like specifically to an artist, it's really easy to put your identity in your work in the sense that you want to get like 1 million streams, like 1 million monthly listeners or something. And then you feel like that's just like, I'm so focused on that and I need to get that. But the thing is, every artist who gets that and always feels this like you were supposed to be satisfied with that and you're not. And then there's people who don't get that and then they feel really crappy about their lives, even though they might have a lot of great things, or they might have like 30, 40, 50,000 monthly listeners, which is a lot of people, but they don't care because they're just thinking about like how much they want to get. And I think it's not just artists that deal with that. It's like people who have other jobs too. It's like this idea that like I'm only important if I achieve this metric. So I'm curious if you guys have any thoughts on that idea.
It's a pretty big idea.
Big idea. Just like VeggieTales.
Yeah. I think that, like you were saying, like 40,000 is a lot. Like that's a lot. I don't think a lot of people put that into perspective, how many people that is. Like nowadays with Instagram and, I mean, artists post their song on every platform. And sometimes a bit, I only got 50,000 on this one. This one only got 20, but this one got 100. That's cool. But imagining that many people in one room being excited about something you made would be crazy. Like, I think with the way that the internet works now, where it's like, unless you have 1 a million or like 20 million streams on something, a lot of people are like, 20 million's nothing. Taylor Swift is 1 billion.
Yeah.
So
It's the same with live shows. Like people can get really down on themselves if only 20 people show up.
but that's 20
But it's
people.
like, you like, especially if the 20 people are hype, it's like, that was so fun for them and fun for you. And it's so easy to think like, oh, like I'm a failure because I didn't even almost fill up the room.
It takes away from the whole experience.
Yeah.
Because you can play the best show of your life in front of 20 people.
Yeah.
And
if your perspective is
is right, or you can play a show in front of 3,000 people and be all like bummed out that you missed a note or and just completely it takes away from the joy and the perspective of how many people are there and being happy with yourself or happy with what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a perspective. It's also a mindset because perspectives can change. Like if you look at a bird's eye view perspective, you get a perspective, and then if you don't, then you go back down, you have like a normal perspective. But if you don't keep the mindset of where the bird's eye perspective was, then you're just going to change your perspective again, and you're going to go back to what you did.
Deep.
I honestly, like, I feel like it has to be a heart change, and that's why artists struggle so much with it, because heart change is hard.
Yeah.
Like it's super difficult.
Dude,
so
totally.
I've had to do a lot of heart change with myself because I was so, like I said, like looking back at playing guitar, like I wanted to be good. And so it like, that wasn't just with guitar. That was like a ton of areas in my life. And whether it's a job that I had or any like interests that I had. And until I'm like good at something, I don't feel like I'm good enough or I'm doing it well. And even on this trip, like I've been taking photos and some video content for your new album release, and
you're killing
it.
it.
Thank you. Even now though, I'm like, I struggle with like, I got to make sure that I get it, like I do a good job. Like it can't just be like, I'll capture it. Like it's got to be good. And I still have to fight with that tension of my identity being tied to like doing good enough.
Yeah.
Because it's a heart posture. It's like it's not just like, it's not just a perspective. It's the way that I view myself and I view things around me.
Yeah.
And I have to remind myself of that a lot, but
That's so fire, the bird's eye thing.
yeah.
Like, that's sick. I haven't really thought about that. That's a good way of putting it.
You talked about Rob, but he told me one time when I was really struggling with my identity and like things that I was doing, is that he just was like, dude, you just got to put your identity in God.
Yeah.
And not in what you do. And to me, like I had never thought of that before. And I've been chewing on that ever since. That was probably when I was like 17 or like 18.
Yeah, I was wondering when that was.
It was like almost 10 years ago. And I'm still like chewing on that, reminding myself of that. But it's really changed my life because we've had conversations too about this, Asher. Like when you are able to separate who you are from what you're doing and who you're doing it for, then when you do that, you can play a show of 20 people and be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Just as okay as I would be if I was in front of 40,000 people.
Yeah. And I think that like depends on your paradigm of life.
Yeah.
And all of us are coming from like relatively the same paradigm because we're all believers and we all believe that we live for God. But it's hard for people who don't, at least from my perspective when I see them, people who don't because like if you think the goal of your life is to play 10,000 cap shows and you play a show with 20 people, then you're a failure. And your purpose in life is to do that. Yeah. And so since you missed that mark, you're not living in your purpose. Yeah. You're falling short.
You're nobody.
And then when you get that, you might lose it. And then now where are you? Like that's like my perspective.
Yesterday's news.
But like the way that I try to look at it from a faith perspective is that if your purpose as a human being, whether you're an artist or whether you're working at Chipotle, shout out Chipotle.
Can you get Asher like free Chipotle for his entire life? That'd be great.
No matter who you are, like if as a human being, your value and your purpose is the same as every other human being, it's to love God and to love other people like you love God, and to enjoy his creation and give him glory for it, then it's kind of prideful to think that like because I'm really talented at music, I'm like a better human. It's like the God complex thing where like you're above normal Chipotle worker humans and you're worth more than them. And if you don't achieve higher and higher, like, because you're looking at Drake and you're like, I want to be as big as Drake, and you're always falling short. It's just like, for someone who has a different paradigm than the one I'm talking about, what we're saying might not translate.
It might not translate, but there's some really good principles to it. I mean, I'm thinking about our time leading worship. Like, I led worship for high school for a couple of years. Judah, we've all led worship together. But when you do that, as a musician, it's really easy to be like thinking all about you when you lead worship. But the goal, if you're not familiar with leading worship at a church, the whole goal is to point people towards Jesus, and it's not to point people towards yourself, even though it's like super easy to do that. Unlike even like one week might be easy, another week it might be harder for that. But I think wrestling through that from leading worship so many times has taught me that like, this is not about me, and I have to learn to do this without getting any credit and being okay with that. And I think that like boots on the ground work from doing that and serving people, really it can be all about you, but also can be a very like humble serving thing. Doing that for a long time has helped me even play shows with you, because I really don't care to get glory from it, because I've learned that this isn't about me, and I just want to bless people with what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, I don't want it for me.
Yeah.
And that perspective is really important as a musician, because if you think it's about you, then you're always going to want more and more. And we know that
Never going to do it.
It's never going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's fun. I think it's interesting. We've all talked about this after shows before, where like, this is a process. We're trying to learn how to do this. Like, we're talking about it. Like, we want to be less self-focused, but it's really hard. Like, I've had some of the great shows that we've played, I've felt like a post-show like low, to where it's just like, I think there's just, for my opinion, there's this like human tendency to want to be elevated and to want to be like super appreciated and loved and like celebrated. And when you're an artist and people come to a show for you, you get that in like a really high amount.
Yeah.
And even for you guys too. And then it goes away and you're like, whoa, that felt really good. And now it's all gone. Like, I'm not the center of attention anymore. Like, everyone is going home. Mm-hmm. And then it makes you realize like, this can't be why I'm doing this. Cause that's gonna like, it's just always gonna happen, even if it's 100,000 people.
Well, it's extremely vulnerable too. Cause when you're playing a show, you're taking something that you have spent a lot of time on and something that you love, and it's very personal to you. And you're putting it on display. And then if you don't get the exact reaction that you anticipated, it's really tough to feel like you did something wrong, or, oh shoot, I was vulnerable. I opened myself up, and now I heard something from someone, and that crushes me.
Yeah.
And that's tough, because then you don't want to be vulnerable again. So you're, on one hand, you're fighting to play really well so you can keep doing it, because you love that feeling of being on stage, and you love being able to express yourself with music and show what you can do, and just enjoy the whole aspect of playing a show and music and everything. But then you have that other part of you where it's like, I don't want to be vulnerable again, because that hurt. When I was playing with the band I was with, that's the only thing I focused on. And so like after every show, I would be like, oh, that song sounded kind of good. And then immediately go to super self-critical mode when I heard someone be like, oh man, I like that song, but that other person should sing instead. Like, that sucks.
All musicians, I think, are pretty like emotional. And so I think we're thinking about that maybe a lot more, because it is a vulnerable thing to make music and to put yourself out there. And so it causes you to overthink a lot and to be down on yourself a lot. And I think it requires a lot of care to like, it's important to think about this kind of stuff. Like, if you're just going to let life happen to you constantly, you're going to look back and be like, even if you achieved a lot, if you're in a rough place, you're going to be like, man, I kind of wish I did something differently. And people do that all the time. They look back and they're like, I wish I didn't focus so much on this, because I realized that this is valuable in life. You know?
I think it sucks too, because you can feel prideful when you're like, oh, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. But I almost see that as I want to keep doing this so bad, and I'm so disappointed that I didn't achieve what I wanted to.
Yeah.
So you're almost like self-preservation, being like, oh, I'm going to be super self-critical, super hyper reflective on what I did so that I can do it next time so I never embarrass myself again. And then you're completely pulling yourself out of the joy that playing live music is.
Yeah.
And you're just battling yourself. And with what Justice was saying is like, where does your worth come from? Because if you just get rid of all the, I want to be popular, I want to do this for myself, like I want to look cool, and you remember what you're doing it for, like playing your show at Impact and even the one outside and everything was probably the best show I've ever played in my life, because I, like a weeks before, I had to refocus and be like, this isn't about me. I get to do this and it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And I think
Sweet.
a lot
It
of
was
the
fun.
times artists
You can find it on
don't do
YouTube.
that.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube.
And it's so tempting to want to be perfect and want to be noticed so that you can keep doing it. But
Yeah.
it's not about us technically.
Yeah, you have to like zoom out and just think
That's
about
so hard to do.
just think about 8 billion people in the world. I guess on the world.
On the world.
We're on it. It's, I know for me, I'm like so caught up in what I'm doing and the goals that I have and like this album or like trying to make a K-pop song or whatever. And it's like, I'm so focused on it because it's so important to me. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, who cares about this as much as I do? Like, I really am just like thinking about myself so much. And if everyone is doing that, it's like, what, like, it's kind of a very existential thing to think about. It's like, but what the heck is the point of all this? Because like, it's only going to be here for a little while, then it's going to go away. That's like an Ecclesiastes. Like, it's like life is like a vapor.
Yeah.
And like, it really is. Like, we're not on this world for very long. And I think it's so important to have like a purpose of what you're doing beyond just doing it. Like, I don't want to just achieve for the sake of achieving because I have this dream. I think dreams are good and goals are good, but you have to know like what's the greater purpose of this. Otherwise, it can so quickly just become depressing. Or if something goes wrong or it doesn't go, you're not doing very well, it's like, what's the point? And yeah.
Nihilism is really, really easy when you're trying to succeed,
Yeah.
because succeeding is hard, and nihilism's really, really easy to fall into
Yeah.
when you don't get.
What do you mean by nihilism?
So nihilism is just kind of the feeling of like nothing matters.
Oh, okay.
So if you're nihilistic,
Apathy?
yeah,
kinda?
yeah, but it's like a internal. So it's not like not caring how other people feel. It's just like not caring in general. So if you're like, why would I clean my house, or why would I wash the pot when I'm just going to use it again tomorrow, kind of thing. And I think that happens to a lot of artists and musicians in general, because they're like, I'm on Instagram and I'm watching these incredible drummers on all their highlight reels and everything. And I'm like, why am I even playing?
Yeah.
But that's where you have to refocus and recenter and be like, because I love doing this.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get to play with people that I love, and that is the greatest feeling. And it's so dumb how often I get nihilistic about it.
Totally, dude. I'm with you.
Circling back to
Nice.
to what you said about home all right, and
Yeah.
like, this is a road that I want to be traveling. Like,
Yeah.
what's the lyric again?
Look at yourself 10 years from now. Is this the road you want to be treading? Would I turn around?
Would I turn around? I actually think it's important to think about the next 10 years. It's kind of look back.
Yeah.
And I think about the moments that music made me a little emotional, but
Yeah, man.
like what
Let it out,
music
son.
means to me. And like, I thought about moments of being in a car and feeling just like not okay, you know?
Yeah.
And listening to Berlin, this mental repair, and just being like, man, this like hits me so deep. And also just moments of like playing guitar in my bedroom, and like it just helping me, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna get weepy, but
I
love being with you guys.
Again,
But I think why, as a musician, I'm doing it is super huge. And that helps me think about the future, because I just flung my tears across the camera. It makes me think about the future
Tears are
because
raining.
the future, why I'm doing it in the future has to be because of like why I got into it in the past. You know what I mean? And when
Yeah.
you lose sight
Dang,
of that, when you lose sight of that, it just becomes something that you don't even know why you're doing it anymore,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that God has given us interests and gifts for a reason. And if we're a musician, like we're a musician, like God made us to
Preach,
be
dude.
a musician. And so we have to figure out like why we're doing it. And then when you realize like, man, like I just get like joy from playing music. And then you have to realize like, is that because I'm getting joy because I'm in front of a bunch of people? No, actually not really. Because when I look back, it wasn't about how many people were there. It was about the moment that I was in, you know, not the future moment.
Yeah, dude, it screws it up when it becomes this super like self elevating, like this thing that like you get a sense of importance from other people's likes and how many streams you get. And it's like nobody got into music for that reason.
No.
But we all like fall into this like trap that it matters how well it's received. And I definitely struggled with that with this album. Like I almost didn't make this album because I currently don't have like a massive fan base. And it's like, well, if you put out an album, like no one's going to hear it because you got to do singles, you got to do the algorithm, like you have to do all these things. But I had to just be like, I think it'd be really fun. I've always wanted to make an album. I've always wanted to make something that's like very cohesive, and I wanted to do a podcast with it because I think it'd be fun. And I was like, screw it. Like maybe it doesn't do well, but like it's gonna be a blast. And so for me, like my own reasons for doing it is one of them is it's fun to create. But another thing is I kind of have had like a mental switch over the last couple of years of how it integrates with my faith in God, is that I can use my music it's the therapy for me sometimes to create and to listen to. Some of these songs are really deep and really emotional on my album. And I know that it can affect other people too. Like even like the memories that you're thinking about that are emotional, like someone created that for you. Even like they may not have had that in mind, but like that's what music does. It's a seed and it like grows. And I want to do that with my music. And I think if you're creating like caring about how it can affect other people, especially like from my beliefs and my paradigm of God and wanting to lead people to God and to understand him and to know him and to come back home if they've strayed away. For me, I'm just speaking out of my own experience, like it's brought so much more joy. And honestly, my monthly listeners have gone down consistently ever since I started releasing singles for my album. And a few years ago, I think I would have been super bummed by that. But I've kind of been able to just be like, you know what? Like, I'm enjoying this. I'm making the music that I'm really proud of. And like this whole house and like this whole thing is super fun. And if I'm just doing it for the sake of getting it done so I can have more and then do the next thing, it's like,
You're never going to find...
it's just going to be nihilism.
Yeah. You're never going to find a complete version of what you want in that.
Yeah, your life is just a series of moments, and it's important to be present in those and like know why you're doing it. Otherwise, the chase or the rat race or whatever is your whole life, and then like you missed.
It's a blink.
Yeah.
And then you want to be able to look back and be like, man, that was awesome. Like I love that moment, or I was there for that moment.
Yeah.
And not just wishing you were somewhere else. Like David was talking about that a little bit earlier about being in a band and being like, man, like I wish there's more people here. But then looking back, being like, I wish I was just like enjoying it because it was cool, you know?
Yeah.
I think my ultimate goal in music, like surrounding all of it, would be if I can make people feel how I feel when I listen to music and the stuff that music has helped me through. And even like, it doesn't have to be a song about what you're going through specifically. Like I've cried over a song that was like nothing to do with my situation, but it was just like, I feel this. Like I can't listen to Why Would You Leave by NF to this day. Can't listen to Deathbed by Reliant K to this day, because those songs make me like weep my eyes out. Like not like, oh man, you're all right. It's like, oh, we should leave him alone for 5 minutes, let him sort it out. But yeah, I think that's the ultimate goal is we serve God and God bless us with the ability to play music. And we want to serve him through doing that. Yeah. But also on a more human perspective, like just having people feel things. Like you were getting emotional about what you've like been through with playing and different seasons of life, playing music has helped you through that. Like music has an unbelievable power with people. And for my life, I've gone through crazy hard things with music and it's helped me out. Even listening to like angry music when I'm angry helps me out.
Yeah.
That's why I like drumming, because I can hit stuff and I can release all of my like internal angst. I can get it out and I can play it. And so finding why you make music is one of the reasons, I guess, is to help people feel things, because people need to feel things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's cohesive, but
Yeah, that's good. I'm curious if you guys like have current dreams that you're working towards with music, or like things that you want. Are you that like, what way do you want it to go with music in the future for yourself?
Yeah, I think I've realized that God made me a musician, and I truly know that like if I'm not doing that, it's a weird way of thinking about it, but it's almost like disobedience, because it's like good for me. Like music is good for me. And when I don't do it, it's kind of like me not doing a part of who I am. And I think a good parent disciplines their child for being disobedient because they're not doing the thing that they should be doing. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's why I think about there's a consequence to me not doing music. And it takes a toll on me. Mm-hmm. And so
what do you mean by that?
I think the consequence of me not doing music is like me forfeiting something that brings life. Like, we all try to find things that bring life to us and joy. And sometimes I think people just ignore things that they're made to do or like wired for.
Yeah.
And they try to find fulfillment in other things and it doesn't work. But I think God made us all unique with different gifts and interests. And when you can do those things, finding them is an adventure. And when you do them, they can bring a lot of like joy in your life. And so I know that music is important. It's not just something that I want to do, but it's important for me and my well-being. And then in the future, I think I really do want to make an impact with people, my music. Like I want to make good music, but I think for me, it's about character. Like I want to do it in a way that like, whether I'm in a room of 20 or like 40,000, like, I don't know, I'd be content to never be in a room that big. But if I was, like, I would really hope that my character is the same. Like I want that to be what I see in the future. Like I'm excited about that. I'm excited about performing music, making music that impacts people, and being content with the reach and really being a good steward of it. Like the people that come into my life or that come in front of me, like, am I loving them well? Or am I just going to be focused on the next concert or the next big release so like focused on me instead of blessing other people and finding joy in the presence of it, like doing a writing session instead of thinking about, I can't wait for what this song's going to be. It's like, this writing session's dope. Like I love hanging out with people. Yeah. It was a great hang. And whether or not the song turns into anything, like I don't regret that writing session, like that kind of mentality. Like I just want to do music because it's the way God made me. And I hope that whatever success that the world would say I have, that my character is good and I'm able to use it as a blessing and not like a toxic thing for me.
Yeah.
Also feels good to giggle when you write something cool.
Yeah.
It's a great
you're
feeling.
You're all excited about it. You're like, whoa!
Yeah. High fives.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. It's great. So great.
What about you, Judah?
Answer the question. I think in the next 10 years, I get really frustrated at myself that I didn't practice where I am now sooner, or I didn't take those steps like you did all growing up, like waking up before school. And
just so people know, Asher during high school, like he freaking went hard,
grinded, bro.
Like he went to the basement in his bedroom and like worked and worked and
5
worked and
a.m.
worked
before school.
And he would tell people that he wants to be a producer, and they'd be like, I don't know, that's a good idea, dude. And he was just like, I don't care. And he just like went hard, and it was cool to watch.
It's mostly play.
It was play. It was. And
But
you had the opportunity to do that, which is cool. But
he just plays on a very professional level.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great description of what I do.
I think within 10 years, I don't want to be coasting anymore. I feel like a lot of my life I've coasted. I mean, not with the important things, obviously, but in terms of where I am and just being like, I'll do it later kind of thing. And I get really frustrated with that because I have kind of an image in my mind of where I would like to be and the success I'd like to have, but it all kind of wraps around and boils down to being music. So I think within the next 10 years, I don't want to be like working at a music shop, like selling people strings and stuff. I've tried that don't like it. I want to be using the gifts that I was given, and I want to be having a purpose for what I do. And I think that purpose is with music. So I would be content within the next 10 years, whether that's moving somewhere to pursue playing live or having a band, writing songs, just something that involves doing what I believe I was born and made to do, and finding joy and purpose in that. And if that means I can help people out in terms of if they're having a rough day and they listen to something I wrote, or even showing someone a song, be like, have you heard this song? It'll make you cry. It'll be good for you. I think that just surrounding myself around music and not wasting my time like on Instagram or just doing monotonous things.
Yeah.
Being able to focus on music and make that my passion and my joy, and not being self-critical or trying to be somebody else, but finding that joy is, no matter where that is, I want to be that in the next 10 years.
That's sweet.
Purpose.
Love it.
What about you, man?
Yeah, I just want to keep doing this pretty much. Like I've definitely like thought in the past, I want to do what I'm doing now, but like at a higher level. And yes, that's true. I do. Like I want to keep building and stuff, but I know that I can, like we talked about, it can like, you can easily lose yourself in that. And I know that it's possible to like achieve more and then like actually enjoy it less. So I definitely want to keep making music and albums and playing shows and stuff. But if it doesn't get way bigger, like to just enjoy it and just know that I'm doing the right thing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
We're kind of nearing the end, but I wanted a quick shout out. You guys are starting a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some
It's-
stuff written.
The band is called Air by Blood. We haven't secured the name yet, but by the time this is out, we probably have. So
You should, otherwise someone will take it.
we will. It will be secured by the time you hear this. Believe me. It's
pay you in jelly
it's
beans
kind of
if
like
you
a
take
rock
it.
band. We're trying to figure it out. Still, it's Jimmy Somerville and Judah and I. But
And I'm going to help you produce it.
yeah, Asher's gonna be our awesome. He's an amazing producer. I can't wait.
I'm going to be your DJ.
Let's go.
We're going to be like Linkin
Yeah.
Park. Linkin Park 2.
We're stoked. So be on the lookout for that. Also, shout out our Hat Trick podcast that we started.
Yeah.
If you haven't, like, if
been
you
a
want to
while.
hear a little bit more of this, we have a podcast we started called the Hat Trick Podcast. It's on
Like
YouTube.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
One of us moved away. It was weird.
Yeah.
Also, quick shout out. Justice has been killing the content this week, and he set up all the cameras and everything to make this look
Thank you.
awesome. So, thank
Shout
you.
out Asher
Appreciate it.
for his album.
Yeah,
Shout out your
dude.
album.
Stream
Thanks
it
for
now.
doing this, man. This is super cool. I mean, obviously, shout out to you for being bold and having an album, but also,
Shout out to you shouting out him.
whoa, so much shouting
Dude,
out.
shout out his family.
Shout out.
Shout
to
out
It's just
all
a
of our
whole family
families.
shouting out each other right now.
But
My
also,
wife.
I think, Asher, I
love
just
you.
want to encourage you that your music does affect people. People are going to be watching this podcast and being like, yeah, like Asher's music affects me in a positive way. So keep doing what you're doing. Your music is really good. Like you're my brother, so I'm a little bit like biased in that sense. But honestly, like your music is like my top favorite music to listen to.
Dang, thank you.
And it's probably because we had similar influences growing up. But everything
Yeah.
you do, I'm just like, it's so good. Like I try not to listen to it too much, otherwise I don't want to get sick of it. It's that
I
good.
don't think you can.
So
Oh, thank you, man.
shout out to you and what you're doing and the way that your heart is, man. Like your love for the Lord and your love for people. Like everyone can just see it and they can feel it. So keep it up.
Thanks.
Dude, it's very humbling how great you are with all of it. Like I've had issues with ego playing live music. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of people have, but it's humbling and it helps ground me watching how you just deal with all of it. Like I've always told people that if there was anyone who I would trust to be rich and famous, it'd be you, because I think you're the only one who can handle it. Like if you have like a Miley Cyrus situation where she's like all famous, all childhood famous family members and everything, and then you get millions of dollars and you go a little bit crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen to you.
Thank you.
So I say you're the only one I would trust to do that.
Wow, you guys are so
It's inspiring.
sweet. Thank you.
Also,
Epic
shout out the
moment.
brothers. Like, love you guys.
Yeah, love you guys.
You guys.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Yes.
Blessings.
I forgot this is gonna be on my YouTube channel, so we need to do the dude
Dude,
subscribe.
subscribe. It's not
It's not
that
that
hard.
hard. Blessings on all your families.
Yes, bless
and
your
your
households.
houses.
And blessings on David.
Bless you, David.
Yeah.
Nice. Yay! Good.
it.
Oh no, we didn't record it.